Welcome to English with Podcast. Learn English by listening, speaking, and practicing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English with Podcast. My name is Alex.
And I'm Ben. We're so glad you could join us. Today, we're tackling one of the most fundamental and useful topics for any English learner. How to talk about your day.
It sounds simple, but think about it.
Yeah.
How was your day is one of the first questions people ask, and sometimes, you just say good.
Right.
But what if you could say more? What if you could share a little story about your day, naturally and confidently?
That's the goal for today. We're going to walk you through a typical day, morning, afternoon, and evening,
Okay.
and give you the essential vocabulary and phrases you need. We were inspired by a great learning video that told the story of a woman's daily routine.
Ah, cool.
And we want to expand on that idea.
And stick around,
Ooh.
because later in the episode, we'll share a powerful learning technique called shadowing. It's a game changer for your pronunciation and fluency.
Yeah?
All right, let's dive in. The day begins with the morning. Alex, how does your day start? Well, the first sound I hear is my alarm. We say the alarm goes off. For example, my alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m.
Okay.
But honestly, I usually hit the snooze button at least once.
Me too. So after you finally decide to face the day, there are two key phrases, wake up and get up.
Right.
They seem similar, but there's a small, important difference. Alex, can you explain?
Of course. To wake up is the moment you stop sleeping and your eyes open. But to get up is the action of physically getting out of bed. So you might wake up at 7,
Right.
but you might not actually get up until 7:15.
That makes perfect sense. I wake up,
Yeah?
but I stay in bed checking my phone for a few minutes before I get up. Shifting gears. Okay, so we're out of bed. What's next in a typical morning routine?
This is where we use a lot of simple active verbs.
Okay.
You go to the bathroom, wash your face, brush your teeth, and take a shower. Notice the common verbs go, wash, brush, and take.
And we often use collocations, which are words that just sound natural together.
Exactly.
You don't do a shower, you take a shower. You don't make your teeth clean,
Nope.
you brush your teeth.
Exactly. Learning these pairs is key. After the shower, you get dressed.
Right.
And then, my favorite part, breakfast.
Ah, yes. So for meals, we often use two different verbs, make and have. For instance, first I make coffee, then I have breakfast. Make is about preparation,
Okay.
and have is about eating or consuming.
A perfect summary. So for a quick morning recap, you wake up, get up, take a shower, get dressed, and have breakfast. With just those 5 phrases,
Wow.
you can already describe your morning.
Now, let's move on to the main part of the day, the afternoon. For many people, this involves work or school.
Right.
A very common phrase here is to go to work or to commute to work. Commute is a great word.
Yeah, it is.
It means to travel between your home and your workplace.
Right, so you could say, I commute to work by bus. During the workday, you'll eventually have lunch. You might have lunch at your desk, or you might go out for lunch with colleagues.
What about people who don't work a typical office job? What other phrases can we use?
Great question. The afternoon is a good time to run errands.
Ooh.
This is a fantastic expression. Running errands means doing those small but necessary tasks.
Right.
So, for example, going to the bank, mailing a package at the post office, or picking up groceries.
I like that phrase.
Yeah?
It makes all those little jobs sound more official. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm running errands.
It really does. Then, at the end of the workday, you get off work, which means you finish,
Okay.
and then you head home or come home.
And that brings us to the evening, the time to relax. What are some key phrases for this part of the day, Alex?
Well, the evening often starts with dinner. Similar to breakfast, you make dinner or cook dinner, and then you have dinner. If you're with family, you can say, we have dinner together.
After dinner, it's all about relaxation. You might watch TV, read a book, or listen to music. A wonderful, more advanced phrase for this is to wind down.
Oh, I love that one. To wind down. Can you explain what it means, Ben?
It means to shift from a state of busyness or stress to a state of calm.
Okay.
It's the process of relaxing before you go to bed. So you could say, after a long day, I like to wind down by listening to a podcast.
Podcast like this one. And finally, at the very end of the day, you get ready for bed. And then you go to bed. Hopefully,
Yeah.
you fall asleep quickly.
And that's a full day, described in simple, natural English. But knowing the words is only half the battle.
Right.
Now we need to practice saying them.
This is where our special technique comes in. It's called shadowing.
I've heard of this,
Yeah?
but I've always found it a bit intimidating. Can you break it down for us? What is it, really?
It's simpler than it sounds.
Okay.
Explaining, shadowing is an active listening technique. You listen to a native speaker and you try to repeat what they are saying at the same time.
Wow.
You're speaking along with them.
Right.
You're not speaking then repeating.
No.
It's listen and repeat simultaneously. Why is this so effective? I like to use an analogy. Think of it like tracing. You're training your mouth, your tongue, and your vocal cords to make the same shapes and sounds as a native speaker. It directly improves your rhythm, intonation, the music of English, and pronunciation.
Wow.
That's a great way to put it. It connects your ears to your mouth. Exactly.
Bypassing that part of your brain that gets nervous about making mistakes. You're just focused on mimicking the sound.
Encouraging, exactly. Let's give it a quick try. I'll say a sentence from our daily routine.
Okay.
First, I'll say it alone. Then I'll say it again, and Ben, you try to shadow me. Listeners at home, you can try it too. Ready? The sentence is, I get up early and I make a cup of coffee.
Okay. I'm ready.
Clearly and at a moderate pace. I get up early and I make a cup of coffee.
I get up early and I make a cup of coffee. Wow, it's tricky to keep up.
Yeah.
It is. You have to really, really focus.
Reassuring, it is, but it gets easier. The key is not to worry about being perfect.
Okay.
You just tried to match the rhythm. Let's do one more. In the evening, I like to relax and read a book.
Shadowing with more confidence. In the evening, I like to relax and read a book. Okay, that felt a little more natural.
Perfect. You can practice shadowing with anything, a podcast, a movie scene, or a short YouTube video. You can start with just 1 to 2 minutes a day. The consistency is what builds the skill.
Summarizing. That's a fantastic tip. So, to bring it all together, we've learned the key phrases to describe our morning, afternoon, and evening.
Right.
And now we have a professional technique to practice speaking them naturally.
That's right. Learning to talk about your day is the first step to having more meaningful conversations in English.
Warm. Thanks for listening to English with Podcast today. We hope you found it helpful. Before we go, we have a question for you to think about. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. What is one new phrase you learned today that you will try to use this week to describe your own daily routine?